Hi friends, welcome back to Rustic and Lace DIY. Today I am participating in the Minis Challenge hosted by Crafted with Corie, and I'll let you know more about that in a few minutes. But if you are new here, welcome. My name is Brenda and I am so happy to have you here. And if you're returning, welcome back, and I appreciate you also very much. So with all that being said, let's get to crafting. Okay, here's DIY number 1. So for this DIY, I used assortment of beads and 4 of these gingerbread men from Dollar Tree. Those square beads are from a brain teaser game from Dollar Tree. The white beads are from, I believe, Hobby Lobby. And the natural color beads I ordered from Amazon, and I will put a link to them in my description box. And then I also used some baker's twine from Dollar Tree. So I'm starting off, I'm trying something new. I'm using my Waverly chalk paint in the color Lacquer, and I squirted 2 squirts of water into the baggie, and then you just smush it all up. Now, I don't know if I added too much water or if I didn't mix it around enough, but they came out kind of blotchy. So I'm going to try this again. If you've ever tried this, let me know if you know what the reason for it to be blotchy. I've seen other people do it this way and they seem to like it, but I wasn't too thrilled with the way it came out. So I don't know if I used too much water or if maybe I just needed to mix it a little bit more. But once I was done, I threw them on a plate there and let them dry. And while they were drying, I was using my apple barrel paint in the color Nutmeg Brown and painted all those little gingerbread men. And then I took my little Sharpie marker and I drew on faces on each one of them. And then after I got done doing that, I'm going to take my white paint marker. I think I'm going to do that next. Yeah, and then I'm going to make little buttons, and then I'm going to draw the icing on the legs and the arms. Okay, then I lined up the beads in the pattern that I want them, and I started stringing them onto my baker's twine. Now, I'm not adding the gingerbread men yet because I am going to hot glue them on to the twine. So I'm just adding the beads in the pattern that I had created there on my table. And another reason why I'm not sure if I like using the baggie the way I did was it left paint in the middle of some of those beads, and so I kept getting paint all over my fingers and my needle. So once I had them all strung on, I just am laying the gingerbread men where I want them, and then making sure that the beads are up next to them so that there's no gaps in the beads on that twine. And once I have it all laid out like I want it, I start hot gluing the gingerbread man onto the twine. After I did this first one, I realized, oh, I should probably tie a knot at the end so that they don't start falling off. So I'm tying a knot. I'm sorry it's not in frame, but I am tying a knot right there at the end to make sure that those beads don't fall off. And I think I had to tie like a triple knot to make it big enough. And then I just continue hot gluing those little gingerbread men onto the baker's twine. And then once that was all done, I'm going to make a tassel. So I took this little notebook that I have, and I'm going to wrap my twine around it about 20 times. And then after I have it all on there, I'm going to gently take it off, and I'm going to put my finger like up at the top part just so I can make a loop. And I take another piece of twine and I'm going to wrap that around the middle to make that top loop. And if you want to see a tutorial, I'll link a tutorial on how to do this so maybe you can see it a little bit better. I'm still practicing and trying to perfect my tassel making. So once I had that all tied, I went with the baker's twine at the end, and I attached it to that tassel. And then here I'm just trimming off those small pieces, and then I will cut off the end there to make it all unraveled, I guess. I don't know. Oh my goodness. And then I decided it needed a gingerbread man, so I quickly painted another gingerbread man and hot glued him on. Then I took my buffalo check ribbon that I have, and I just make a small little bow, and then I'm going to hot glue that on to the other end of my tassel or my garland. And I'm just going to dovetail the ends, and then I'm going to hot glue it on, and that's all there was with this. I think it came out so cute. Even though those beads aren't perfect, it's still, I love the colors, and I just love the way this came out. You have to let me know in the comment box below what you think about this. Okay, today's challenge is the Minis Challenge, and it is hosted by Corie at Crafted with Corie. It is a challenge that she does every month. This month's theme is Thanksgiving, Christmas, or winter. If you don't know who Corie is, make sure you check her out, as well as her video and the playlist. All links will be in my description box below. Here is DIY number 2. I've already lost count. So I started off with these wooden spoons from Hobby Lobby, this little mug I got from Hobby Lobby, and my baker's twine. And then I do add a few more things here in a little bit. So here I'm just using that nutmeg color paint to paint all 4 of those spoons, front and back. And then after that, I took my Arteza paint markers and I draw on faces, and I'm using my black here, and then I will use kind of a pinkish red color to do their cheeks and their noses. And I do paint a little bow tie on the dad and the son, and then I will embellish the mom and the daughter in a different way, and you'll see that here soon. So oh, and I do use some white to put some dots on their eyes. I kind of had to redo this guy's face a little bit because it was looking a little weird there, but it turned out looking okay afterwards. Then I used my white marker, and this one I got from Dollar Tree, and I'm just coloring in some hair. Then after they were all painted, I just made a little bow out of the baker's twine, and I'm putting that on the little girl. And I did paint 2 of the faces on the back side of the spoon and 2 of the faces on the front side of the spoon. Just, I don't know, to do something a little different, I guess. Maybe to show you that you could do either side. Then I am sitting them here in this cup, and I'm just like, oh, it needs something more. And then I realized I had these little adhesive pearl string on my table from a project that I did recently. So, and it fit perfect around this spoon. So I thought, oh, I'll put this around the mom and she can have a pearl necklace. So that's what I'm doing there. But I do eventually add some greenery. I think it's from a pick from Dollar Tree, as well as some red stuff from Dollar Tree in the cup too. But I realized that the cup just seemed too bare, so I took this paper I got from Amazon, and I'll have a link for that in my description box as well. And I am just Mod Podging it on, and here I was kind of having a hard time getting it to stick. Some of it I realized it was a little too long, so I trim it off here. But then it still just didn't seem like it was really going to stick very well. So I am a recent Plaid ambassador, so they had sent me a little roller. So I took that roller and used that, and that really helped it to connect to the Mod Podge in the cup. So I just finished it with that on the edge there. It needed a little bit more, and then once I'm done rolling it, I am just going to add some more Mod Podge on the top of it. And then I just take the baker's twine and I wrap it around the top and make a little bow. And I just think that's so cute. My little family of gingerbread spoons are so cute. You have to let me know what you think in the comment box below. Okay, DIY number 3, you guys. This one is so easy. So I took this baker's twine, of course, from Dollar Tree, another saying from that pack of paper from Amazon, this wooden board from Hobby Lobby, and last year's window clings from Dollar Tree. So I found a saying that I wanted to use, and I have these scissors that leave a decorative edging, so I'm just using that to trim around the words there. Plus I needed to trim it down so it was a little smaller because that gingerbread man was kind of big. And then I took my scissors and I'm just trimming all the clear plastic part away from the image. I'm trying to get as close to the image as possible. That way you don't see that clear part on the board. Then I take my glue stick from Dollar Tree and I'm just putting a thick coat on the back of that, and then I just adhere it to that cutting board. Then I'm going to add the sign, and I realized that the ends were just a little too big, so I'm just trimming it a little bit, and then I'm going to use that glue stick on the back of that as well. Now you can use Mod Podge, you can use hot glue, you know, you can just about use anything you want. This is just what I decided to use. So once those were on there, I just took that baker's twine and some hot glue, and I just started gluing that twine all the way around my cutting board. And then once that was done, I had this package of poinsettias and hollyberry leaves, and I am just going to hot glue it right to that hole, and there it is. It is so cute, and it's going to look really good in my gingerbread theme tier tray. And DIY number 4. So for this one, I started out with my Waverly chalk paint in the color white. I had this rolling pin, I believe comes from Hobby Lobby. I printed out some things from my Cricut, some wooden gingerbread men from Dollar Tree, and this tray from Dollar Tree. And I'm just going to start out by painting that tray with my white. And once that is dry, I'm going to use my nutmeg color to paint the middle part of that rolling pin as well as the gingerbread man, and then I will use that apple red from Folk Art to paint the handles. If you are new and you are enjoying what you see, and if you like home decor on a budget, holiday decor, thrift flips, gift ideas, this is your channel, so hit that subscribe button and become part of our family. I'd love to have you join, and then let me know you're here. Let me know what you like today. I'd love to hear from you. And make sure, everybody, to give me that thumbs up and comment. That really does help my channel grow. So once those were dry, I took my Arteza mark pen, and I'm just making a zigzag around both ends of that rolling pin just to give it a little like icing kind of look. And then after that, I'm trying to think of what I do next. Oh, I switch over the sides of that marker to bring the smaller side out, and I'm just going to paint little dots and then the icing around the legs and the arms. Then after that, I took my saying and I am just going to put it onto the back of that tray. And it says, "Baking Up Memories." And I thought it was really sweet, but I'll tell you what, that was a heck of a thing to weed. It did not want to lay, and it kept trying to come up, and my fingers kept sticking to it. And I figured something out, you guys. I figured out using a silicone spatula can hold those things down when you're trying to remove your fingers. So keep that in mind if you have a Cricut. Then after I had that all on, I took some hot glue, and I'm just taking some more of that twine, and I am just going all around the inside of that tray, except for on the bottom part, because that's where the rolling pin is going to lay. Then after I was done with that, I added hot glue to the rolling pin, and I put it on the bottom of that tray Then I'm going to take my bow that I created. This is just from, the ribbon is from Dollar Tree, and I just put it on the end of that rolling pin. And then I'm going to take those little gingerbread men and hot glue them onto the tray as well. And if you don't have a Cricut, you can definitely use a stencil or stickers. You know, you might even be able to find rub-on transfers, or look for window clings. They are so great to work with. I love working with them. Then I took this little Merry Christmas. It's like a mini tree ornament from Hobby Lobby, and I'm just clipping off where the little holes are for the hangers, and then I'm just going to hot glue that right onto the middle of that rolling pin. And then I decided it needed a little bit more of that twine, so I'm just going to hot glue that all the way around the top part of that tray. And I think this thing comes out looking so adorable. And there it is. It's so much fun. I just love it. You have to let me know what you think of this one as well in the comment box. And I really hope you guys like this as much as I do. So if you would like to follow me on social media, you can find the link in my link tree in the description box for my Instagram, Facebook, and Buy Me a Coffee. And here is the final reveal of all these projects. Let me know again what you think. And if you're new, say hi and let me know you're here. And make sure you guys give me that thumbs up and comment. That really helps my channel grow. I will be back tomorrow with another video, so be watching. And with all that being said, you guys, have a great day. We'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.